something that keeps coming up. And it's, remember the Pizzagate? Remember how they talked about pizza,
Yeah.
pizza, pizza?
Yeah. What
Well,
about it?
here it is. It shows up in the Epstein files. I wanted to let you know the crew really appreciated the pizza today. This is from a guy named Roy Hodges to Jeffrey Epstein. I wanted to let you know the crew really appreciated the pizza today. Thank you for letting us do that.
Oh, Roy and Stephanie. That's nice.
Thanks for letting us do that? You mean eat pizza? Of course, that's not what that means. Pizza is obviously a code word for something.
Oh, I wonder what it could be.
Here's another one. This is, we don't know who it's from, but it's to jeevacation@gmail. So I'm going to guess maybe that's Jeffrey Epstein's vacation email. It says, this is better than Ilhan and Chinese cookies. See attached. Let's go for pizza and grape soda again. No one else can understand.
This is better than a Chinese cookie? Oh, to say Ilhan means then better than a Chinese cookie.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is better than a Chinese cookie. That's what that's supposed to say, but it says Ilhan. This is better than a Chinese cookie. Let's go for pizza and grape soda again. No one else can understand. So, of course, they had to make anybody who saw pizza who caught on to this, they had to make them out to be crazy. Just like they made you out to be crazy if you questioned the vaccine during COVID. Just like they made you out to be crazy if you thought there were Nazis in Ukraine. Just like they made you out to be crazy if you questioned the Russiagate conspiracy theory pushed forward by the FBI, CIA, the Clinton campaign, and the establishment media. Just like they said you were crazy if you questioned what happened to Seth Rich when they said he got killed in a botched robbery where they didn't take his watch, didn't take his wallet, didn't take his cell phone, didn't take anything. So they always, this is what, so if you notice that they were talking about pizza as a code word for something or grape soda, they made it out to be crazy.
All right, guys. So I wanted to take a stroll back to 2017. If we recall, back in 2017, Donald Trump had just won the election and Hillary had lost. And just prior to that was the Pizzagate scandal. And I just happened to run across this in my YouTube feed today. And I thought we'd go back and revisit what the Young Turks, Cenk Yogurt and Ana Kasparian were saying back then about the Pizzagate scandal and how well their thoughts on it then have aged to now. So anyway, let's let me see. Let's jump into it and see what's going on here.
A few weeks ago, there was a dramatic and potentially disastrous story involving a 28-year-old man named Edgar Welch who went into a pizzeria in North Carolina with a gun and attempted to make individuals pay consequences for an alleged pedophilia ring that was run out of that pizzeria. Well, that was, of course, a conspiracy theory that was debunked, and Welch even...
Debunked. She says it was debunked. Remember that. This was debunked. They're going to remember because they're going to tell you several times. But, yeah, let's get back to it.
And said himself that maybe he shouldn't have done that since his intel wasn't 100%. Well, after that gigantic story where, again, the conspiracy was debunked, turns out a recent poll finds that nearly half of Trump supporters, voters specifically.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to laugh about the Pizzagate scandal. There's nothing, absolutely nothing funny about that, and I don't find one iota of that comical or entertaining. But it's just the vindication of discovering that you were right and then looking at the people who gaslit you along the way, looking at how they acted the entire time. So that, you know, that feels a little bit good, but there's absolutely nothing funny about the Pizzagate scandal or what happened there. And please don't mistake any of my laughs for that.
Still believe that Hillary Clinton was running a pedophilia ring out of that pizzeria. It's insane. So this is an Economist YouGov poll released Tuesday, and it shows that a staggering 46% of Trump voters believe that the so-called Pizzagate conspiracy...
I can't believe that it was only 46% because honestly, I thought Trump supporters were a little more on top of things than that, but apparently not even half believed that story.
Is real, that it actually happened. Yeah.
This started on 4chan and Reddit, and it spread online. It's a little unbelievable to me how well it worked in getting the word out.
This is what I'm
Well, it was true. So, I mean, you know, the truth has a way of eventually always rising to the top. It always finds its way out there into the universe.
talking about. So you and I have had a little bit of a disagreement about the impact of fake news, the impact of these conspiracy theories during the election. I'm on Facebook a lot, so I saw a lot of it and I noticed just how prevalent it was. And so, yeah, it's a big deal because if people despise a candidate and they really want their person to win, they're going to share it. It's going to go viral. And a lot of people lack media literacy, right? And I'm not saying that because I think
You hear that? Everyone who believed this story in 2017, you lack media literacy. The media has become nothing but a complete joke by this point in time. 9 years later?
they're dumb. I just think that there are a lot of sites out there that are made to look like real news sites. And in reality, they have a political agenda and they have
There are sites out there made to look like real news sites, like, you know, this one.
incentives in pushing out fake news stories. I'm not talking about misleading news stories. I'm not talking about biased news stories. I'm talking about just completely false information.
Just made up entirely, at a
made
whole
up
cost.
entirely.
But made up entirely. There was no basis for the claim. There was nothing to substantiate it. Nothing existed. It was just completely and utterly fabricated, according to Cenk
With the intention of doing damage. And so this is an example of that. And yeah, it went viral because things that are outrageous go viral on the internet. That's just what happens.
Yeah, and we're not saying that fake news was the only reason Hillary Clinton lost. We're not in that camp. That's just excuses the Democratic Party makes. But obviously it had a significant impact. And the Daily News that's covering this is wrong. They called Reddit an obscure website. Reddit's not an obscure website. It's a giant website on the internet. But this old media, and I guess, you know, even though we live online and we're the largest online news show, et cetera, even I'm...
Was that true in 2017? Do you guys remember? Were they the largest online news source in 2017? I don't know. Maybe they were, because it's only been probably since that election that CNN and MSNBC or MS Now, whatever they call it, has really taken an online presence. So maybe they were the largest at that point. Is that still true today? Does anybody know? Let me know down in the comments. What do you think? You know, was it the biggest news source then, the TYT, and is it still the biggest news source?
Since I'm 46, I'm still a little old school. Like, I can't believe it spread that much on social media, right? But these guys don't get it at all in the old press. They're like, what is this thing called Reddit? And so it spread and it spread, but not only did it spread to enough Trump voters for them to know about it, but and it
Think
spread
about
online.
that. Oh, shoot, sorry about
Specifically.
that. He said they don't get it. The old news source doesn't get it. Sorry, I lost my place here. But
Of doing damage.
anyways, he said they didn't. They don't get it, and still that's the case, right? I mean, if they had caught on then, let's be honest. Trump may not have won 2024 because certainly the internet and obviously Elon Musk buying X was a huge contributor to Trump's win in 2024. But yeah, if legacy media had caught on to how big the internet was in 2017 and how impactful it would be over the next 7, 8, 9, 10 years, we may have a different president right now. Joe Biden could be our president. Who knows?
And so this is an example of that. And yeah, it went viral because
I think we were up
An
here
obscure website. Reddit's fine, and we're the largest online news show, et cetera. Even since I'm 46, I'm still a little old school. Like, I can't believe it spread that much on social media, right? But these guys don't get it at all in the old press. They're like, what is this thing called Reddit? And so it spread.
That's wild to think that he couldn't believe that it even spreaded that fast across social media back then. Of course, there weren't social media wasn't at all what it is now. But if you think about that now, a news story comes out, it hits X, and it's around the world before legacy media or most standard news outlets pick it up at all. Everyone already knows the story. If you're still watching CNN or Fox News or any regular cable news show, you're way behind on the news because everyone else has known already the story for hours. They've already discussed it and made up their bias on it before you've even heard about it.
And it spread, but not only did it spread to enough Trump voters for them to know about it, but now 46% of them believe that Hillary Clinton ran a child sex ring. That's unbelievable. And the guy goes in there to investigate with a rifle.
To be fair, I don't know that it was Hillary Clinton, but I think a lot of us maybe hadn't really heard of Epstein or didn't know much about him back then. And Hillary Clinton was the name, as it is in every presidential election. The candidate running for president is the name of the party. So we say it was really the Democrat Party rather than Hillary Clinton. But I get what he's saying. He can't believe he's hyper focusing on it being Hillary Clinton, which that's sort of a misnomer. Is that the right word? I don't know. But whoever is the candidate at the time is kind of the name and the face for the entire party. So that was destructive to the Democrat Party as a whole.
Earlier reports have said that he had fired a shot. Now the reports are saying he did not fire a shot.
And also we know it was Bill Clinton and not Hillary Clinton.
Okay, and now he says he's wrong. He got his sources were wrong. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. Still, nearly half of Trump voters are like, oh, obviously she ran a sex ring out of a pizza store. Oh my God, because I saw in the emails coded words, right?
Like pizza.
Like pizza, or maybe they literally had pizza because pizza parties happen all the time. Oh.
Who went
no,
into
Cenk,
a
it was actually
pizzeria
coded
in North
words.
Carolina
Shoot,
with a gun. And
sorry, guys, I haven't been.
It wasn't that. It was.
I haven't been making videos in a long time, so I've got some rusty skills here.
To the back of the pizza store, and you're like, what the hell is she doing in a child sex ring? And why the hell would she do that? Have you no goddamn rationality at all?
No, they don't. They don't have any rationality. They want to believe what they want to believe. And that's why we get into these debates about whether or not we have hope for the country. And
now, if we look back, who is it that wants to believe what they want to believe? As Anna just said, they don't have rationality. They just believe what they want to believe. Right now, we're seeing that with the ICE. Two people are gone from this world because they wanted to believe what they wanted to believe.
I'm pessimistic because after something like this gets debunked, people still decide that they want to believe it because it goes toward their narrative and, again, what they want to believe. It reinforces this notion that Hillary is this crazy maniac who's out there.
It's because the debunkers are fake. We all know that, right? I mean, we saw that on the fact-checking that was forced on all social media platforms just right after this time, all the way through Trump's first term and then through Biden's term. The fact-checkers owned the world, and they decided what was real, what wasn't. The debunkers wrote reality at the time, even though we would know that it wasn't fake. But there was no, if you questioned it, if you argued back against it, you just couldn't be on social media anymore. They would ban you.
Running pedophilia rings. It's insane.
By the way, a satanic cult who runs a pedophilia ring back. How can you be this stupid to believe that? That's unbelievable.
How could you be so stupid to believe it's a global satanic cult running a child sex ring and the pretending they're talking about pizza using coded language like pizza? How could you believe that? You're so stupid, Cenk says.
Unbelievable. By the way, it's not just right-wingers. It's progressives who hate Hillary Clinton, too. I got a couple of emails from Progressive Cenk, but you need to look into it more.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you guys are insane. Okay, and if you're
By
mad
the
that I'm
way-
saying that, I don't care.
By the way, the authorities, because this has become so prevalent, did look into it. And they're like, of course they're not running a sex ring out of a pizza shop. There's no evidence for that. None. No, but, oh yeah, but on the other hand, I don't like Hillary Clinton. So maybe she's a satanic
This
child
is so
molester.
insane. This is like an episode of Black Mirror, right? And it's all fun and games when
All right, so that's enough, man. These guys are nuts. They were nuts then. They're nuts now. Ana Kasparian, she, she saw the winds shifting there for a minute, and she kind of pretended like she was going to be a little more moderate, maybe a little bit right-leaning, but then it appears now that she's gone back and lost her mind. So I said this at the beginning. After Trump won this last election, I said this. I completely called this out on Cenk's X page, or his X post. He was, he went on TPUSA at the time, and he was pretending like he was trying to be more moderate. But I said this all the time: as soon as the winds shift, they're going to be calling you Nazis and white supremacists and all this again. Everything they're doing is just to try and rescue their dying platform, because all of the left had lost faith in all of these left-wing news outlets at that point. So anyways, that's what I got for you. I thought that would be fun to take a look back in time and just see how things have changed. So let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know in the comments if there's another story you'd like to see. I'm going to try to get more into this Epstein. Again, like I said, I'm going to try to get an updated version of Cenk's response and Anna's response to the Pizzagate thing at this time, now that we've got the files that we've all, I assume we've all seen. But so anyways, that's all I got for you. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, like this video, and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.